Middleton drained 7 threes in Game 2's blowout of Boston. What will he do in Boston tonight? Game 3, coming up soon. So the inside-out big man-oriented game is trending toward extinction in the NBA. Since the time that Kareem and Ewing and Olajuwon and Shaq roamed the low post, data analytics have created sprawl ball, to borrow a term from our great friend Kurt Goldsberry. Combo guards and wings and forward-facing stretch bigs play the percentages by bombing from deep and dunking in wide-open space at the rim. That's the NBA, except in Denver, Colorado, where the offense runs through a big below-the-rim post presence named Nikola Jokic. Chauncey sat down to talk about mile-high buckets with the Nuggets' inside force, Mr. Jokic, and his outside partner, Jamal Murray.
Jokic. Nikola, you developed into being one of the best big men in our game. What have you specifically been doing that will continue to make you better?
I'm trying to be aggressive. I think that can help me and my teammates. I can put a lot of pressure on myself, so they can like have a lot of space to play.
You guys are the second youngest team in the NBA. What are some of the biggest challenges that you face being a young team?
Being consistent. I think that's the biggest thing.
I think we are growing together, so that's kind of cool thing, and like we're learning. Like every game is learning experience for us.
In your opinion, Jamal, what is Joker's greatest strength?
His greatest strength, I think, is his passing ability. But the more he scores, the more his passing opens up.
Jump high.
No, you don't jump high. that's a big weakness, bro. I can't throw no lobs. I come with the pick and roll, I'm like, ah.
No lobs?
No. Well, his passing is his greatest strength. His IQ, I think that's probably his greatest strength.
And what would you say Jamal's greatest strength is?
He's competitive, you know. He's the guy who can go for 50 every night.
You know, you guys had this great synergy on the floor. Like y'all, you could tell that y'all like each other. You know, when you hang out off the floor, you get to know each other. You know, and it seems like y'all are really close that way.
I'm not hanging out with them because they don't understand me. I need to say like 7 times during the games, oh my God, he's like, what? What? What?
I'll be in the game, I'll be calling play, he'll be like, huh? I'm like, bro, just go over there. Just go over there, bro. Yeah.
What would you say you guys' team's identity is?
Our identity on the court, I think, is just we move the ball really well. That's what makes us tough to guard, and I think that's our identity. Everybody on the court is a threat.
Take a look at our Modelo Gold Standard stat. He leads all players this postseason in passes per game, touches per game, assists, and assist opportunities. No team right now in the NBA is running their offense exclusively through a center the way they are. Can you break that down for us? How are they able to do so?
Well, I mean, he's just a special talent. You know, he really is. He's like a point guard out there. And he passes, by the way, probably better than 80% of the point guards in the league. I mean, his vision is awesome. But they lost a big game in Game 2, really, because of their defense. Just wasn't able to get it done. It really wasn't. Wasn't able to get it. But Portland's defense on the other end, the way you go win a Game 2 on the road, you have to keep this big guy off balance. Sometimes they doubled him, sometimes they stunned it on him, but you look at Dame Lillard, he was on his way, beat him to an extra effort basketball right there, and then they was able to score on the other end. But you look here, watch C.J. McCollum. This is not an actual double team, but they have Nikola so off guard. Now, this is 4 minutes and 30 seconds. You want your big guy to go score a bucket right now.
A lot of red.
However, they have him off balance. He kicked it out for a three-point shot. They got the offensive rebound, but they didn't end up scoring. Now, the Blazers did a really good job of forcing turnovers. You look at this right here. He got fouled right there. But guess what? He didn't hang his head. They got back. You look at how they load up getting back in transition. That's 5 guys almost in the paint. Gary Harris, Cardinals seeing you jump in the air with the basketball. That's always going to be a turnover. Dame Lillard was able to get the steal. Now, this is just communication right here. Keep the guy down. Ice that pick and roll. Now, Mo Harkless does a good job of guarding man-to-man defense. He got under that screen. I don't know if that's a block or a steal, but whatever it was nice. But those kind of efforts afforded them the opportunity to go steal Game 2 on the road in a tough environment.
A very loud
Yes,
building.
it is.
But you probably know that better than most. Tonight, right here.
Great breakdown, Mr. Big Shot.
SportsCenter, Scott's comfortable Talk more Giannis next. 2-year-old Jaylen Brown is Boston's co-leading scorer. He joins Kyrie and Al Horford. Of course, that game coming up top of the hour. First game of our double header. We have two big game threes tonight here on ESPN. Another huge one tomorrow night. That's over on ABC. The Rockets go home down 0-2 to the Warriors. It's as close to a must-win as there can be. Chauncey's saying it is a must-win. And we expected this thing to be tooth and nail fought-wise, but it hasn't been. And speaking of nails, on social media Wednesday, James Harden, there's no doubt now, he did get hit in the eyes, plural. I thought that was fake when I first saw it. Today he was back at practice, working through it, getting ready for game 3. Some of the other principals also talking about their readiness at shoot-around.
Effort and execution. You know, we talk about it all the time. Playing hard isn't good enough, especially against them. That's why they didn't win the championship past couple of years. Got to play hard and you got to play smart.
We can do it. We've got 4 chances to do it. We just got to hold home court. And we'd have to do that anyway, whether we're down 0-2, 1-1, wouldn't matter. We got to win our 2 home court games, and then we'll have some more shots at them.
We respect this team. You know, it's just because we played them before. You know, we went 7 games with them, so that level of respect and a level of knowledge about this team goes to another level when we play them. So, yeah, we're more locked in because we know this team can beat us.
So we know about James Harden during the regular season. He led the league in scoring and free throw attempts, but playoffs have been different. Shooting only 38% from the floor. That's 64th out of 71 qualified players. Besides scoring more points, because I know one of you is going to say that, what needs to happen for the Rockets to take game 3?
First of all, I mean, the dude needs his eyes. He needs his eyes to be able to ball.
He missed 11
Come
minutes.
on. But in all seriousness, though, they have to be scrappy. They have to be scrappy. They have to fight. They have to claw. I feel like offensively they're wasting too much time chasing Steph Curry for the switches. I mean, I'm going to show it on my tape later, but they're wasting time with that. It's James Harden. It don't matter who's guarding you. You average 36 a game. Just go do what you have to do. And Chris needs to be aggressive. They need to get a ball to Chris when James is not great at in some moments and let Chris just do his thing.
Does the scrappy start with Chris? I mean, is that the vibe?
Well, I mean, obviously your back is against the wall. You got to be scrappy. But ever since Kevin Durant reminded everybody who he was, James Harden has to do the same thing. Remind everybody who you are. A guy that dominated the regular season, putting up nearly 40 points a game. He has to come with that game 3, with their season on the line. James, you had one of the most dominant seasons to date, and he's going to have to carry this team on his back like he did all season long if they want to stay in this series. If they lose this next game, we all know it's over. The door is closed.
How about this for having greatness around you, Michelle Beadle? People are going to criticize James Harden for his numbers and his field goal percentage, and I am too, and rightfully so, anytime an MVP candidate plays below his average in the playoffs, unlike the regular season. But he's taken the same amount of shots and scored the same number of points as Kevin Durant in these couple of games. The difference is he has help. He has the Splash Brothers. They can get going every now and then. Draymond has been terrific so far this series. Iguodala chipped in double-figure scoring last year. The Golden State Warriors are so very complete that the Rockets' margin for error is so very small. Can't turn the ball over, must get all of the hustle plays. And watch the role players play well today. Guys like Rivers and Tucker.
Tomorrow. You guys keep rushing us.
Yeah. Watch all of those guys play better when they play.
The thing is, you said that room for error. They didn't play well, the Rockets, and they still were in the game.
Exactly.
So I don't know if there's room for error. This is not the same Golden State team we saw the last few years. So I think they got some room for error.
I think he just means it's an L, it's an L.
They don't have to play a perfect game to win.
Right,
they
fair
just
enough.
have to be better.
All of that, everything you just heard about, that takes place tomorrow. Saturday, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. That's 20 points. That's the magic number for Gordon Hayward. When he scores 20 or more in the regular season or the playoffs, his team is 7-0. That's a nice little stat to remember, guys. And the Bucks have one of the NBA best offenses, and it's run by a total freak. Giannis next.
All this that I'm going through right now, it's because
Getting set for a pivotal game 3 in Boston. He's shown off his three-point shot a little bit in this series, shooting over 55% from 3 in games 1 and 2. I got so excited, I ran out of air. So nobody grows up imagining hitting a layup that gives his team a 7-point lead in the second quarter of an NBA game in February. No, it's all about time winding down, season on the line. You let it fly. The buzzer sounds with the ball in the air, and then bucket. Teammates mob, crowd goes wild. It's always been the currency of NBA dreams. And it is the signature reality of the NBA career of one Damian Lillard, the creator and glorious practitioner of something